Yeah, this just happened. This. Yep. So I had a tooth that I thought that was just, kind of off a little bit. You see? Yeah. So you're gonna see what does it take to get one of these fixed, and all the stuff that I go through for it. I just wanted you guys to see that just happened. So we're gonna fix it. Talk to you soon. GoDaddy Dave.
Alrighty, folks. GoDaddy Dave here, and I am sitting outside. I'm about to show you guys how to take that out. Get a hole. Right? So two. And then I'll show you guys in just a minute how you make one. Talk to you in a minute. Alrighty, test number 2, GoDaddy Dave. And what we're showing you today is teeth. How do you replace that tooth, and does it really work? So I have these things. There you go. The Bubba teeth. Seen them before. And I'm going to show you, do they really work, and how good do they work? GoDaddy Dave. Talk to you in a minute. Alrighty, folks, GoDaddy Dave here. How you doing? See that? I don't have a tooth there. So, I, like many of you, wanted to know what is a good way that I could fix that cost effectively, temporarily, before I go to the dentist and get it done professionally. Okay? So we got these little instant smile beads, you see here, and forgive me for the camera, I don't have my tripod. I'll tell you the story in a little, or maybe not today, but I'll tell you the story eventually. So I hope you can see those. These are these little smile beads, and then in the back, that's what you have. So I'm going to take some of these, and I'm going to attempt to make a tooth, that's what they say. So what I've got down here, you can't really see it, and it's probably pretty messy. Let me just clean it up just a bit, and I'll just show you. I just have a regular old cup there, you see, and inside that cup I put a little bit of coffee. So I have a hot water cup and I have a cold water cup. I'm going to show you guys what we're going to do. And again, forgive me with all the cameras, or with the camera issues. There we go. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take the pellets and I'm going to put them into the spoon. I'm going to put that spoon into the water. We're going to see if I can make a tooth. Let's see, I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So I've got about 23 of them in there. And that may or may not be enough. We're about to find out. Okay? And I'm going to just actually, what I did, I just swapped it over to another spoon. I don't know if y'all can see that. It just makes it easier for me to keep it all together. Alrighty, we're going to give that just, I'm going to probably give it like 30 seconds. Just until I can tell it starts to turn real clear. When those pellets go from white to clear, they are malleable, pliable. So, and the reason I have coffee in there instead of water, I don't know if you guys can see me, I apologize if I get the camera too close, but the reason that I have coffee instead of the water is my teeth are not exactly white, right? So, the coffee eventually, after we get it all shaked up, there you go, so these are clear. I don't know if you guys can see in there, my lighting isn't the best, so if you see in there, they've turned clear. It's a little harder for you guys to see, but they're clear in there. Okay, so I'm going to pull those out with my finger. Alrighty, so you guys see, I don't know how well that's coming out, but it's just all together. Here's what I'm going to do. I hope you can see this. So I don't know if yours is going to do this, but mine goes up like that. Alright, and so I want to mine that. So I'm just going to put it up in the hole, and I'm going to form a tooth. I tell you, we don't have any experience with making teeth.
Well, you know, I'm waving back, Ginger, because I'm hosting a baby shower for Sarah and the entire audience, and I got her the best gift ever. I wrapped it myself, yeah. But you gotta tune in to see what's inside. Don't shake it, by the way. And next on GMA, two women share an incredible weight loss journey. They dropped more than 100 pounds.
So what I'm doing now, I don't know if you saw that, but I was just kind of around here, the edges of the teeth. I want to shape it toward the front. Just kind of looks as normal as it can, right? Because these end up being a little bit wider. So I put it in the hole, and then I smush it in there to the top, and I use my finger. Excuse me, and then I use my finger to make the shape. And I pull it out just while it's still pliable. And I shape it a little bit more in the front, because that front you're always going to want it to be a little bit thinner.
Get 0% financing for 72 months on this all-new Silverado Texas edition, or get a total value of over $8,500. Plus, get an additional $1,500 cash allowance when you finance with GM Financial.
4 days only at Ashley Home Store's Memorial Day sale. Don't miss summer's hottest doorbuster deals. Save up to 30%
Alright, we're pretty close there. Okay. See what's coming out. I don't know how great you can see that, but that's with the shape it's in. Alright, I think that's it. So before I pull it out, I'm going to make sure everything's tight. And you'll get good at it.
For 4 days only, save up to 30% off select items. This 3-piece dining set is now only $199. Plus, save up to 25% off your purchase.
Alright.
Friday to Monday only at Ashley.
So now I'm going to take it out and put it in the cold water. Okay? Just give that a few minutes. And so we're just going to, what we're doing is basically just letting that cool off so it'll harden. And then we're going to put it back in. See how it fits. And then we'll go from there. But I have to tell you guys, I am pretty impressed with this, and I kind of wonder why we haven't done this as a society forever. I mean, because this is a pretty simple fix, and as you guys will see, as you get better at making these teeth, it works. It works really well, and it doesn't really cause you any problem. You don't even remember it's there. You're not supposed to eat with it or drink with it. I do. Obviously, I'm not recommending that for you. Okay, so I'm going to pull this out. Here's what we've got now. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's small. Okay, we're going to check it. Okay, it's in there. You see the super white one? Okay, it's a little loose. And I don't like it to be loose. So since I can't still move it with my fingers, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop it onto this spoon. I'm going to put it back into the hot coffee. But I'm not going to leave it very long. Okay, just long enough to where I can mold it a little bit. I'm just going to get it soft. do a little shaping. That way I can get it to fit in a little bit better. Okay? So it came back out and it's clear. Okay? And I'm going to do the same thing again, alright? I'm just going to go in there and I'm going to shape it up. Okay, and you don't want any points on the top, so.
Now these women are half their size, and you can see their transformations right now. We have to say, this isn't so much about numbers on a scale. It's about making that choice to live healthier. Exactly. This is so much more than
We got it kind of layering out at the top on us.
We feature women who get promotions after they lose
Hold it
weight,
back
they quit
over.
smoking, so they're really changing their lives physically, but also mentally. Absolutely. All right, is everybody ready to meet the ladies? So she's a working mom who made fast food mostly. It was this series. This series is what inspired her to make the change in her life. Her starting weight, just to remind you, 271.8 pounds. Laura, come on out.
I'm just shaping it. Fold it back over.
I really avoided protein shakes and bars in my life because being on WW, I wanted to use my daily points to eat real food and more filling meals.
Yeah, you wanted to eat.
Absolutely.
So I know a lot of people do cheat days. You went for a slight I was going to say renovation. I thought you changed that a little bit.
I did. I really focused more on a cheat meal versus a cheat day. So Tuesday night after I weigh in, I go out and have dinner with my family and usually top it off with a chocolate chip cookie at the end.
All right, and it works. This guy, let's take a look at
All right, you see?
scale on the wall. Go ahead.
Alright. I'm gonna put it back into the water now. That's the cold water, not the coffee.
Totally Victoria. All right, so Victoria.
Alright, we're gonna let that cool off just a little bit.
She was inspired to get healthy after giving birth to
I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like and if it works or not. That's pretty quick, and I didn't have to go to the dentist, so let's just see, okay? Now this isn't a fix-all or anything like that.
Will you share with our audience, with anybody out there
It is.
who's thinking about making this change, what worked for you?
What worked for me was finding things that I could stick to. So something like healthy substitutes, for instance. I'm a busy mom on the go, working full
Okay,
time.
so I'm just doing it again.
One thing
Pinning that out at the front where it's gonna be seen.
But dairy muffins was egg muffins. Something that you can add veggies in and
Like a little
filling. Yeah, and it's perfect to eat on the go.
And I see chocolate here, so you didn't deny yourself totally.
At all. I love candy bars, Reese's, Snickers. So a perfect way to get that chocolate in for me was doing it with fruit, but dark chocolate. So I got the best of both worlds.
You sure did.
Yeah.
All right, so just a reminder, 275 pounds. Let's take a look, everybody, on the big
Put that back
scale.
into the cold water.
Victoria lost. There it is.
Give it just a few seconds, let that harden up. Oh, I know I keep getting out of the camera. Sorry, folks. It's a new setup. Obviously, it's not a good setup. So just give this a few minutes here.
Take your time. Don't get out there, Laura.
Pull him back out. He's nice and white. Now just
These two really clicked for you and for people.
Yeah, again, this was about inspiring.
Put him right in.
stories, and it's not just
There you
about
go.
someone else who did it and
And then once you take him, what I do from this point,
women did something that
as I take it out,
do, so it's about
and I drop it.
changes, commitment, having
Excuse me.
support.
Actually, you're going to want to let that coffee cool back off. Don't put it in the hot coffee.
So everyone does something a little bit differently.
Amen to that, and baby steps really do add up. Laura, if you'd give our audience one parting piece of advice, what would you say?
I think, my best moment was just making the decision and being 100% committed no matter how hard it got.
And if you stumble, it's okay. Get back up and try again.
Alright, and then what you end up with,
All right, and Victoria, your one
there you
piece
go.
of parting advice.
So you see,
Definitely do not.
he's good, he's in place.
Don't look at what someone else is doing.
Right.
Focus on you and find what works best for your life.
So you can literally go from this, right? Tell me the difference to this, right? And that's in there. And then you'll get real good at making sure that they're real solid. I've got some adhesive, some dental adhesive. I haven't used it yet, but in case it is too loose, then I'll just do it like that. The good news is, if something happens along the way, right? If you mess the tooth up, if you chip it or something like that, you just take it back, you put it back into the hot liquid, and that'll just soften it up again. You remold it, put it right back in. I do suggest that you have clean hands. It will get the tooth dirty if your hands are too dirty. Sometimes I'll even do touch-ups on the teeth to get it in the right shape with my lighter. So, but that's the way that it works. These are these little from Bubba Gump here. I think I paid $5 or $7 for 3 packs. I'll put the link in the description so you guys can see that. But this works. If you've got a missing tooth, especially even a front one like I've got, man, you just make one and you're good to go. People don't notice anymore. You feel a lot better. It doesn't bother you as long as you make sure that it's thin where your tongue hits and things like that. You're gonna be good. All right. So that's how these teeth work. We can make teeth, and I just did it. So let me just check on the other one, see if he's cooled off and he's ready to go. So you guys can see that in real time. Yeah, but they clip in. So he's got some shaping to do. You see that? That's pretty good. So just kind of show you what I meant with the lighter. I hope you guys can see this. So I just take this because that's a little high, light them up, break them back down, right? Just like that. Put them back in there. Just like that. So and then I'll do some more tweaks on it. You see it's a little wide, but you just get good at it. But that's solid in there. I could eat, I could drink. We don't suggest it because it could come out, and it will if you're not paying attention. So I don't want you to do that. Or actually, I just don't want you to blame me for it. So, and then it's a little bit wide on this side again, so I'm going to do that one more time. I could put it right back into the coffee. Okay. Push me in over there. Try to roll everything to the back, not the front. That way you don't show. Alright.
America is sponsored by Neutrogena Sun Care.
Really, somebody's ready for his close-up. Likes to dress like his daddy.
Alright. We're getting closer. Just right side just a little bit off.
Imagine a good morning spent with friends. What's better than that?
Okay.
Imagine knowing what's coming next in the
So once again, do the same thing.
To live this each morning together with you. Imagine that, and that's what makes it such a good morning, America.
It's that time of year again. Time to break out the grill and welcome summer. And to celebrate, we're sending one lucky winner on a Hawaiian adventure.
We're close, close, close.
A Disney resort in spa in Koa.
And you don't forget that your teeth, they're not a normal shape anyway, right? They don't have a symmetrical shape to them, really.
Sponsored by King's Hawaiian.
Most teeth don't.
Bigger than life.
10 years after her demise,
Alright.
rare video.
There's no room for despair. The deepest desire is to live.
This is
That's it.
That's one thing people probably don't know about her.
Thursday at
At least for now. And of course you do some tweaks on it. That's how you make a tooth. It's in there. And then you color it a little bit with the coffee. And it goes right into absolutely normal. Bam. See? Alright. That's it. GoDaddy Dave. I'm out. Oh. In the description I'll put a link to these teeth so you can get some too. If you like the video, subscribe and push like. I appreciate it. GoDaddy Dave. I'm out.